Okay, so we're going to finish section 4.3, parallel and perpendicular lines, and we're going to focus on perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines meet at a 90-degree angle. So, let's take a look at the slopes. The example you have in your book, there are two lines here. Now look at the slope. What's the slope for the blue line?
-2.
-2. What's the slope for the red? So what do you notice about the two slopes? They're different. How are they different? One's a fraction, it is a fraction, you just may not notice it. They're both fractions, but what's different about them? One's negative and one's positive. And then what do you think is the difference between these two? And the word is right here.
Reciprocal.
Okay, it's a reciprocal. So, when the slopes have to be the opposite reciprocal, then you know it's the perpendicular line. For those of you who watched my parallel line video, in order for lines to be parallel, the slopes have to be what?
The same.
The same. Okay, so I'm going to do example 3 that's in the book. The first one for line A. What's the slope of this line?
4.
4. The slope for line B. You don't know the slope quite yet. We can move it around. 4y equals -x plus 3. Divide everything by 4. Y equals -1/4 x plus 3 over 4. What's the slope for this one?
1/4.
1/4. Well, let's compare them. 4 and 1/4. Are they reciprocals of each other?
Yeah.
Are they opposites? Is one positive and one negative?
Yes.
Okay, so what can we say about line A and line B?
They're intersecting.
Line A is perpendicular to line B. Now let's do line C. -8y minus 2x equals 16. Okay, move it around. -8y is 2x plus 16. Divide everything by -8. Y equals -1/4 x minus 2. What's the slope for line C?
-1/4.
Okay, so line C is what? Parallel to
Line B.
line B.
B.
Line C is also
Perpendicular to
perpendicular to
line A.
line A, and that's just by looking at the slopes. Okay, last thing we have to do is write an equation for it. So now we're going to have a line. It has to pass through this point, and it has to be perpendicular to this line. Oops, plus 3. So now we're looking for a second line. What's the slope of this line?
1/2.
Okay, so that means if I am looking for its perpendicular counterpart, the new slope has to be
2. -2.
2 or -2? -2. It has to be the opposite reciprocal. Okay, so it has to be this point, and it has to pass through it, and it has to have the new slope. This is the perpendicular. If I wanted it to be parallel, it needed to have which slope? 1/2, the same one. Okay, we're going to do this using point and slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, here are my points. I'm going to plug them in. Y minus
1.
1 equals, what's my new slope?
-2.
-2 times
X plus
X
3.
plus 3. Very good. All we're going to do is clean it up now. Y minus 1 is -2x minus 6. Add 1 to both sides. -2x minus 5. That is my new equation of my line that is perpendicular to my original equation.